Hey guys, this is Preferred Selection, and we are back for more Terraria. Okay, let's start things off. I want to demonstrate one thing that I've done, and that is I have turned off the auto pause while on inventory. So technically at this point I could play with my inventory open if I wanted to. I don't want to, but it'll be handy for when we are looting chests and doing other various things, and just generally when we want to mess around with stuff. And ooh, purple slime. You'll see. There'll be times where I will be playing and in my inventory, not in my hotbar, and it'll be happy times. It's a little bit harder to play with your inventory not on autopause, but that's okay. Ooh. Alright, so yellow marigolds are a dye component. They are also worth 20 silver, which is a lot of money for us right now, so we're going to collect that when we can. I've got some goals for this episode, and I think I'll discuss those right now. One of the goals is to run across our map and get to know the surface of the world that we're in. We won't be able to do that all in this episode, but we'll be able to do a lot of it. The other goal I have for this episode is to talk about goals for this Let's Play. There's, I think, a decent amount of Terraria Let's Plays out there, and well, obviously I didn't script this, but I really don't know how I would necessarily say, that you should watch mine over someone, super famous or super, experienced at this. Watch this if you want to. And I think the things that are going to differentiate it from someone like Bisnap or someone like Rockley Smile, both LPers who I greatly admire, is just that I'm a different person. I'm going to make some different decisions. And I think both of them went into their Let's Plays, and I think a lot of people went into their 1.2 Let's Plays pretty blind, without playing the game since 1.1 or 1.0. Whereas I'm just fresh off like Plantera, so everything, all the stats and shenanigans and wiki stuff is fresh in my head. So this will hopefully be educational right off the bat. But really, I'm not trying to compete with anyone out there. I absolutely love the Terraria Let's Plays I've seen, and if you haven't watched Bisnap or Rockley Smile, go check out their channels and definitely look at their Let's Plays. They're wonderful. All right, so we found another chest. We found more iron. We also found iron skin potions. Iron skin potions are going to increase our defense by 8. How the defense stat works. The defense stat is, for those of you who played D&D, it is damage reduction. It is damage reduction by 1/2 for every 1 defense you have. So in layman's terms, it is for every 2 defense you have, that's 1 damage that you will not take. So if an enemy does 11 to me and I have 8 defense, I'm only going to take 7 damage. And this rounds up, so if I have 7 defense and an enemy does 11 to me, I'm only taking 7 damage. So that's worth noting. Okay, so goals for this Let's Play. Rather than try to directly compete with the Let's Plays that I love, I'm going to make this more for me and just hope that people want to watch it. And ways in which I'm going to make it for me include I want to take some different paths in terms of what I do compared to what I did during my regular playthrough. During my regular playthrough, I didn't really ever pick a class or anything like that, and I was very focused on magic more than anything. Especially the more I play, the more I gravitate towards magic because it's overpowered. And for this, I think that it might be fun to try a slightly more ranged approach. I also think it might be cool to wear some armor tiers that I skipped when I was playing through the game for my first time. There was a lot of armor like Shadewood and Ebonwood that I didn't even know existed. So let's, we'll try those out when we get to them. Okay, so we're running. This is a medium-sized world, and what that means is we're not seeing much in the way of biomes. We're not seeing like new environments, like new and strange things. We're seeing a ton of iron. So our first armor might just be iron armor. We're running through a lot of it. But I don't want this to be the preferred selection Mayans iron video. That's, we can pick it up. We can pick this up and we'll pick up a little bit more, but I really want to. Have you seen, I don't know if I've really explained as we've run by how profitable these chests are that we're finding. We found about 3 or 4 chests in our little run across the map, and they've contained straight up iron bar. Iron bar is the equivalent to about I think three ingots. So finding iron bar in a chest along with money and other things is just fantastic. It is a total coup this early in the game. So it's really useful. So that's why, if you're just starting Terraria and you've got the whole day, run across your map, see what you can find. You'll be glad you did. More health. More things we want. Go back to our house in a second. Hope no one minds me not exploring the caves just yet. We'll get to those. We will definitely get to those. One of the things I want to see is whether or not in this world I have corruption or crimson. So if you're new to Terraria, there are essentially 2 different I'm going to pause that train of thought and I'm going to come back to it in a second. So we picked up an interesting item, and we actually picked up another one without me noticing. It's called an aglet. It increases our movement speed. We have 2 of them. This one's better because it gives us +2 defense. That's gonna, so the aglet by itself is gonna make us move a little faster, and then the see how it's a guarding aglet? What that means is all the items you get, all the accessories, have modifiers, and the modifiers will give them a little additional stat bonus. And this one happens to be extra defense, which is gonna, oh my gosh, it's gonna come in handy as I fight enemies that are just way above my punching class right now. Yeah, that just obliterated me. Okay, so one of my pet peeves with Terraria, I've got very few because I love this game, is that the death screens seem a little long. Like, didn't it seem like we had to endure that we were slain thing for a little bit too longer than we should have. That's okay. Do we want to make iron armor? We certainly have enough iron that we could. Let's make an iron sword. That sounds good to me. And ooh, when did we get I need to pay more attention to what I'm getting from chests, because we got a boomerang and I didn't notice. Did not notice till just now. Yeah, that's good. That's good news. Okay, so I'm putting away some items that we won't need for a while. We will not need this blowpipe. We won't need blueberries. We won't need clay. We won't need a cross. And time to put away our money. Yeah. Okay, let's do a little cheat there. Quick stack. And what else do we have on it? Oh, we don't need that. Sorry, part of this game is inventory management. It takes some time. I'll try not to spend too long on it. Okay, I like where our inventory is now. We can go back out, and we're just gonna do kind of like a brave adventure to go get our gold that we dropped. I'll try not to jump too much because I feel like my wings are a little cheesy. They're a little bit too powerful for right now. So I won't take too much advantage of them. Let's drop this boomerang. This is a fun toy. Oh, and let's... You guys can't see anything because I haven't used our light. Use the light. The fairy bell has a random chance when you use it to be either blue, green, or pink. I think we've already shown off all three of the color spectrums during this Let's Play so far. Look at how nice this boomerang is for dispatching of zombies. This is great. This is going to be handy. Really quickly, just trying to get back to where we died. That's what I want to do. Oof! These eyes are good. We want to fight these eyes because they drop lenses. And 6 lenses will let us craft the summoning item that summons the first boss. The first boss is pretty easy, and he gives you... I need to pay attention to my health. I have way less health than I'm used to, and it's causing me problems. So the first boss gives you a ton of money's worth of drops. So if we can get to him and maybe even fight him a couple times, we will be really set on this series for good armor for a while, and also money. So that's the thing we want to do. This demon eye has a lot of health. I think this is this serving us better than our sword? Sword's pretty nice. Sword is pretty nice. So I can't remember if I covered this already in the Let's Play, but if you have a choice between, if you get a new tier of ore in Terraria, and you have a choice between making a brand new pickaxe, or a brand new set of armor, or a new sword, you should almost always go with the... Where's my sword? You should almost always go with the pickaxe first. I don't like these jumping guys. Do not like them. Because the pickaxe is going to let you mine more advanced materials. They kind of go in order. And the better pickaxe you get, the sooner you can maybe even skip a set of armor and sequence break a little bit. So it's really nice to get good armor early. And that means getting the best pickaxe you can get. Always get the best pickaxe you can get. The exception to this is at the start of the game. Very early on, the pickaxe you get can do almost everything that you run into early on. It gets to skip a couple tiers. So it's not really until the gold or platinum pickaxe... We might die here again. It's not really until the gold or platinum pickaxe that you have to... Wow, so much damage. that you have to start making that pickaxe with the very first bit of ore you get. Hope that people aren't too tired of this endless wave of zombies at night. I'm not trying to sit here and fight them, but I'm just low on health, and they're in my way, so I'm dealing with them. They go down pretty easy. We've got... Once you get past that very first sword, life gets a lot easier. Life gets so much easier. The boomerang was working pretty... Problem with the boomerang is if you throw it and it misses, then you are out of luck. You don't have a weapon for a little bit. There we go. Okay, so we're making a little bit of progress. I am very used to having a weapon that emits light, so it feels weird to me that my sword does not emit any light. Let's hang out in here for a little bit. Let's see what there is to see. This is a much safer spot to be while it's night. So we'll explore it a tiny bit. See. Whoa, dark. I'd love to hear some feedback on the light levels, because I don't know if I'm plunging, if this fairy is enough, if I should be putting down torches. I apologize if I'm plunging you guys into darkness. This is the brightest light familiar for... Oh, okay. Never mind what I was just talking about. Okay, no, I'll finish what I was thinking about. The fairy belt is the lightest familiar for mining. There are sort of 3 light-based familiars that just grant you vision, and they are... One of them is like a darker version of this, and this is really like the best thing for if you're mining. And the third version is like brighter, but the disadvantage it has is that it moves with your cursor very almost like in kind of a jerky sort of way. So if you're mining, it can go into the wall a lot, and then you can't see anything, which is a problem. Because we want to be able to see. That is a thing we want. Okay, more zombies. Come on, zombies. Wait, why am I using my pickaxe? What am I doing? If you can get... So the boomerang seems like it would be a long-range weapon, but honestly, if you can get close up with the boomerang, you do a massive amount of damage because it comes back to you very quickly. So, strangely enough, the boomerang is kind of an item where you want to be in somebody's face. Alright, I'm losing my bearings a little bit. Alright, so that's where I died. This is my tombstone. It's almost daytime, which is good. Jumping zombies, don't jump on me. Alright, so the thing that I was excited about way back where I was should I run back there to talk about it? No, I can just explain it from here. So there's a glowing orange thing that we went past, and the glowing orange thing was a pulsating heart. And that tells us whether we have Crimson or Corruption, and it means that we have Crimson. So Crimson and Corruption are the sort of evil versions of landscape. They're evil biomes that are a little bit harder than the ones that we're in right now. And oh my god, jungle bats are gonna kill me. There's 4 of them. Oh, couldn't quite heal in time. It seems like so the things that I'm doing right now in my main character mostly involve trying to get enemies to just be on the screen at all times so that I can farm them. And now that I'm like starting a new character to do this Let's Play, I'm getting so more enemy drops than I am when I actually want how to say this. When I'm trying to farm for enemies, I get no enemies on the screen for some reason. But now that I'm trying to just run around and like show you guys the game and explain things coherently, I'm running into crazy amounts of enemies. Like when are there ever 4 bats? That's so many bats. And why is it still nighttime? Wasn't it daytime? Wasn't it like really approaching day? I thought it was like right about to turn. Well, that means that I can show you guys the thing that I was talking about earlier. The thing that means that it's crimson. So in the original Terraria game, when it came out, the sort of narrative was that you have something called corruption that takes over your world. If you think like Never-Ending Story, it's like the Nothing that's like approaching you and gonna kill the happy dragon that everybody loves. And that was what the corruption was. Terraria had a huge update called the 1.2 update that was basically like an expansion. And in that update / expansion, they added alternate versions of many things. And one of the things that they added an alternate version of was the corruption. And the alternate version was called the Crimson. And it is like the corruption, only instead of being evil, it's very like blood themed. So you get a lot of like pustules and bloody things and sort of gross stuff. But yeah, this is so we're gonna use this as sort of a crafting station, believe it or not. And later on we're gonna get to smash them up, but we won't get to smash them up for a while. But this is where we'll make creepy things like boss summons. It'll be good times. So I don't know if you can hear the Facebook notifications in the background. If you can, I'm sorry about those. If you cannot, I'm glad. But you probably can, and I'm still new to recording, and I'll just have to remember to turn Facebook off when I record in the future. I don't want to go do it now because I don't want to have to do editing. Or I am going to have to do editing, but I don't want to have to do I don't want to have to cut out like me going away for a bit. Okay. So we're making it back to where we died. And we died, was it in here? Oh my god, Piranha, don't kill me. I don't think it was. No, it was not in there. Because we made it over here. Right, so it'll be about as... We died about here. Yes. Okay, so we have all our money back. Alright, this is cool. We got our first mobility item. Wild climbing gloves. Or climbing claws. These are going to let us slide down walls. They're pretty cool. I like them quite a lot. Now we're going to fight. Jungle bats. Jungle bats are probably a little bit... I really shouldn't be in the jungle at this point, but I'm here because I like to sequence break because I think it's cool to skip things. Not just... That's a weird way to approach it. Not to skip things. I think it's cool to bypass things in a neat way. If you can... Yeah, I need to take these wings off because they are allowing me to cheese this game pretty hard. But yeah, this is all stuff that, by the way, the items I gave myself to begin with are not really like making or breaking things right now. The wings are letting me cut out boring things like like noodling around and running around. But I don't know, maybe you want to see that. Who am I to say? Is this better than our current boomerang? Yes it is. So we're going to go with that one. And we'll take what else is in here. Go ahead and use the shine potion right now. I don't know if using that shine potion made it a lot brighter, but oh well. See, this is a normal amount of enemies on the screen. If you thought I was just salty, like this is like, you know, a fair amount. Like we've got a couple slimes. We don't have 4 jungle bats coming after me. And I even think that the rain slightly increases spawn rate, so it's certainly not. It's not like less monsters are out because we're raining. Okay, and this is one of the things I wanted to see. We're gonna have to deal with you, flying fishy. So this is cactus, and cactus is one of the things that's gonna allow us to maybe get some armor that looks cool. It's not like the best armor, and it's not even good armor. I think iron might even be better, but I want cactus armor. Darn the, you know, who are you to tell me no on cactus armor? I say we go for it. Yeah, good times. There's a lot of this. I hope this isn't too much. Okay, so the desert's wrapping up, and that's probably just enough cactus to make things. So if you want to use a tool without going and clicking on it, the way to do that is to shift click. That's how I was getting to. Oof. That's how I was getting to my axe without clicking off of my pickaxe. I was just shift clicking, and it'll automatically select the appropriate tool for destroying the thing that I am destroying. If there is no tool that destroys the thing I'm destroying, it will go to a light source like a torch, or if I'm underwater, glow sticks. What am I doing? Where am I going? Do I want to go down? I want to see if there's a chest like right here. Oh, there's not. Is this okay? Man, that's bad luck. Our second one of these guys, and it's not a hollow one. What's beyond it? Goblin Scout? Really? I thought it was too early for Goblin Scouts. Let's go to Boomerang. So you might notice right now I'm using my scroll bar to select weapons. I don't do this very often. Normally I'm not a scroll bar guy, but I don't know like if things are necessarily going to stay in the item keys they're in, and since I keep switching them out really quickly, I'm using the scroll bar a little bit to remember where things are. Okay, this is, I think this is about as far as we're gonna make it with like no armor. Although we're in an easier area than the jungle was. Let's push for like one more biome. Let's find. All right, so we've hit the water. Okay, we're gonna go into the water. This is the edge of the world, for those of you who are wondering. And what you do when you're at the edge of the world is you dig a little cubby hole, and then you dig down into the sand, and then you catch your breath. Isn't that cool? We catching our breath very slowly for some reason. Are we not catching our breath? That's weird. Okay, that's strange to me. I don't know why. It's behaving a little bit oddly there. Can we fight jellyfish? We are sort of strong enough to fight jellyfish right now. I totally do not take into account how long it takes to fight enemies right now, because it takes a while. Let's get some of that breath back. For some reason, we're only able to. We should be able to breathe through that whole entire hole. But we can only breathe through a little bit of it, through like the surface end of the water. Okay, so we're running away from the jellyfish. They were taking too long. We are running. I promise I'm not just like killing myself in the water for no reason. Use the mirror. Ah, we just didn't quite use the mirror in time. So we lost some money, and we have to stare at the screen for a while. But what we gained was a trident. Not that good. Not that good. But it's a little bit better than our spear. So we'll equip it. And I think that's going to be it for right now. I will be back in a little bit. Hope you enjoyed the episode.